Go ahead, Tim.
Good morning, everybody. This is Love My Tool TV, and we got a special guest today, Christian Ferenz. I messed it up. I'm sorry. He's with a company called Cubro. I found out about Cubro for some of my friends in the security environment all over the world, actually, in several places. Once I started asking, up to that point, I didn't know who Cubro was. But today we're going to find out. So Denny and Christian, welcome to Love My Tool TV. Denny, go ahead and start the show.
Thank you, Tim. I'm really excited. I actually, to be honest, I don't know that much about Cubro. I know more in the last 5 minutes than I ever know. But I'm really excited about the company. Just talking to Christian a little bit. Christian is the founder and CEO of a European company called Cubro. If anyone who knows about my last company, there's really a parallel between what we did 15 years ago and what Christian did 15 years ago. So I wanted to quickly switch over to Christian. Christian, good morning, good evening. How are you?
Good morning, guys. Fine. I'm sitting in Vienna, and we have evening. We have a wonderful day today. So yeah, let's start with the show.
So let's start from the beginning. So I understand that your company was started in 2003, which is about the same time that I started my last company. But you came from a very different background. You actually have been a distributor or reseller for network solution for a long time.
Yeah, we sold measurement instruments for the major brands like Tektronix. We are doing unheard in my former company. And we are always doing monitoring business. And that was the situation. Because of this background of monitoring, we come to the situation that we need taps. And it started with simple optical taps, optical splitters. And we do this by our own. And then we buy some equipment from vendors. And then we see, okay, this is maybe a little bit too expensive. And this is maybe some features are missing. And so we decide to do our own stuff. And over the last 15 years, we grow our portfolio.
Good. So one of my observation is that entrepreneurs are always very passionate. Although what I have discovered is that the entrepreneurs who are less successful are the ones who are passionate about their solution, whereas the ones who are successful are passionate about the customer's problem. And my observation is that your company, Cubro, has always been about problems, right? Customer problems.
Absolutely.
So let's just walk through this. How has the landscape changed 15 years ago to today in terms of connectivity and visibility? And from that, we're going to talk about your product and your future.
Now, the big change is of course the growing of the traffic. I mean, we have especially in operators, the traffic grows dramatically, and with the growth of traffic, you have much more interfaces. In the early days, you need only an optical tap, you need only a copper tap, and you connect direct to the probe. You have a few interfaces, and that's fine. But today, you have customers with multiple 100 gig links. You have customers with multiple 10 gig links, and all this traffic must be handled in a way. And the point is today, the point is also money is a big problem in all kind of companies. So the monitoring system is not a tool what you buy just to have a monitoring system. Today, a monitoring system must generate revenue. Actually, this is what all the customers expect. So nobody gives money just to have another nice report. This is not interesting. So the point is, we help our customers, and this is the end customer, or this is all the tool vendor, to return a useful return on investment, very short time. So we give the customer tools to make more money, actually, and this is our goal. So at the end, our main point is that the customer, when we leave the place, the customer must be happy. Yeah, this is the major point, especially for small companies, because happy customers bring other customers, and the customers stay with us. And we have many customers. They are working with us since many years. I think we don't lost any customer over the way. So
One of the things that you mentioned, Christian, is that you mentioned about the core technology of your product and how you actually develop your switch fabric as opposed to just buying off the shelf and just fix it with software. And then the other thing that I remember you mentioned is that you don't like turn off features and then squeeze more money out of the customer. So with all that, I think what's unique about your product and your approach to solving customers' problem is that you make your product as future proof as possible. So explain that to us. Elaborate on that.
Look, the point is, our idea was also as a small company, we need more features or different features than the competitors. So we started and searching for chipsets what are not common. So we are not using the common chipsets from the big vendors. We're using special chipsets to give customer more features. That's one point. And because we are coming from the monitoring business, we know the pain for the customer. It's not relevant. We design our products not on the green table by some product manager have an idea. So we know from daily work with customers how painful it is and what they need for their daily life. And this runs back in our development, and then we produce features. And our goal is that we say we think it's too complex to handle all these license issues and things like that. So we come with the idea and said, okay, the customer should buy a box and all the ports are open and the limit is only the performance of the chipset. And we deliver, to make it easy for us and to make it easy for the customer as well, is we deliver always the software with all the feature sets. So if a new feature set comes and the customer has support contract, he always gets automatically the new feature set. It doesn't matter.
That's fantastic.
Is he use it or not? I think, and honestly, of course, you can make more money if you license every feature set, but it's too complicated for a small company. So it's for us easier to have one image, and this is always supported, and this makes it easier for the maintenance, and at the end the customer is more happy. Yeah, this is a differentiator, and we are in a good position that we are a private-owned company. So we don't have any financial money in the company. We don't have any loans. So the company is owned by the four founders still today, and this will not change. So we are more keen to our customers, and we like what we do. Yeah. So as you mentioned beginning, so we like to go in data centers and help customers. Sometimes it's painful, but at the end, if the customer is happy, then you go out in the middle of the night of a data center and say, okay, let's look for a beer, and everybody's happy. And this is our passion. Yeah, really, we try to treat our customers as friends. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, it's maybe
like relatives sometimes, right?
No, friends, not relatives. Tim, you and I know about relatives.
That's right. One thing so I want to bring up that's important is today there's a lot of people from overseas, not European, but the East Pacific Rim, and there's been a lot of concern about built-in hacking. And I do a lot of security stuff, but work with large security companies and organizations. And that's where I found out about Cubro. So I asked several people about Cubro that are in that environment. And the first thing they said is, we know the origin of the code. We know the origin of the hardware, and it's secure. And I know you haven't talked about that, but that's so important today. When I put in a product and I'm going to do, I'm going to do decryption. I'm going to try to comply with GDPR. Whatever. You want to make sure that the components you buy are 100% focused and the origin of them. And that's one thing I really liked about Cubro. And listen, I'm not joking. I talked to seven different security high-level intelligence organizations that have Cubro. And that's all of them said the same thing. So that's really important. That's something that, people need to think about when you're putting stuff in your network. number one, make sure it's like you were talking about, that it's all yours. You don't have to license everything in it, but that it is, you have a known origin of the hardware and software, because that's becoming a big issue. So, and also the fact that, you know, the IETF just passed SSL TLS 1.3, and they're basically trying to stop people from being able to do decryption. And Cubro's got, I think it's the EXA series, if I'm not right. Is that right, Christian? And you can actually you can look at your traffic, you know, because when it's in your network, you should be able to decrypt it and find out what it is. And that's another important thing that came up from a major bank that I talked to.
Oh, go ahead, Kirsten. Go ahead.
One big point for us is when you design a new product, then it's really important, especially in our industry, that you use core components which are not so common. And the point is, we select our vendors for the components, the guys which we can work easy with them. So we as a small company, we cannot work with the big guys because they don't talk to us. So we look for small vendors, and our goal is always that the hardware and the software and the firmware, everything is our own IP. And this brings a lot of advantages when it comes to special features. Yeah, I can explain it in a little bit later what we can do with the box. And this brings a lot of advantage. And not so many people can do microcode on this kind of chips. So we spend a lot of money in development. I'm not driving a Porsche or Ferrari. I drive a normal car, but we put all our money in development. And I can share some figures with you. A platform development like this new multi-100 gig box, this costs $500,000 easily. Yeah, just for the development. So this is a lot of money, but at the end we say, okay, we want to make our life easy, and we, as a small company, we have two issues. We need to have stable products, because if not, we have too much support costs. And on the other side, we cannot do too much RMA, because customers around the world, if you have a small company and you have a customer in Guam, we have a customer in Guam, yeah, and to ship equipment there for replacement is not easy. So our goal is always to have no RMA. And last year, I can tell you, we didn't have one RMA case. This is also an important thing. Yeah. So we are focusing, and I think the quality of the product is also very important. A few days ago, we showed on our webpage a demonstration how we test our optical tabs, and we give to each customer, we give a report for all the links, so he knows exactly how much power is losing, especially on 100 gig. This is a very important thing. And also we give the customer a picture of the connector. You know, we measure every connector, because if you have dust on the 100 gig link, your link is down, and you have a lot of issues even on layer 1. And we do this to help the customer, but also we do this not to have too much support questions. Yeah. So I said to my guys, cleaning the optical tab before we deliver it, this helps the customer, but also helps us. It costs a little bit more, yes. Yeah. But it helps the customer at the end. So the idea in my whole life is to go from a customer without headache to have a good sleep. Yeah, I don't want to deliver equipment to customers, and in the night I'm afraid that the phone rings and the customer say it's not working. Yeah, so this is not what we like to do. So I mean, of course, we have also issues and also some software bugs, of course, but we try to fix it as fast as possible, even sometimes overnight if needed, because we are a flat organization. I mean, we are not so much people. We are 140 people in total, but we try to help our customers. That's the main message. Yeah, and most of our people are technical people. Yeah.
Yeah, and everything I've heard about Cubro, that's what I was mentioning, was different, positive And that's unusual today, because almost every time I talk to somebody, they're angry at this vendor or that vendor. I had one guy get mad the other day because his vendor, he hadn't paid his services, and they actually literally turned off his ports, and he found out that they had access to his machine. And I'm like, yeah, so your security just got flushed down the toilet.
Yeah, and this is not nice.
No, that's not Cubro. So and Cubro's making some of the guys that I know domestically, Rob, Sam, and are now trying to get Cubro more visible in the US. And that's what we're trying to do with Love My Tool. So, you know, for anybody that's watching this, we got to meet Christian today. He's highly technical. And by the way, Cubro has all of the points you need, all of the pieces you need to get network visibility. And I don't care who you are, if you're doing anything professionally in networks, you have to have access to 100% of the packets. And then you take a great tool like Cubro and you filter down and look at what you've got to look at. And Cubro can do layer 1 to 7. So, but I don't know, you know, I look forward to seeing some articles. We got one coming out probably in 2 weeks, and I'll let you know when that one comes out. But I look forward to hearing more, because it's just
so question. We don't have a lot of time left in the show, only because we don't want to make this a long show. I think that it's challenging enough to even get people to be exposed to your company technology, and if we make it too long, it would be that much harder. So I do want to spend some time in allowing you to talk about your product and the features. But before that, I wanted to kind of remind our audience that Cubro is not a small company that just kind of happened. It's a 15-year-old company with about 140, 150 employees. It's actually have a very large presence outside of the United States, in Europe, in all the developing countries like the North Africa and Southeast Asia and so forth. And, you know, being someone from Asia, I know that it's actually very difficult to crack that market. People there, surprisingly, actually are really looking for quality solutions. So with that, Christian, I wonder if you could use the remaining time to focus more about your product now.
Products.
Yeah, products. Yeah.
What I want to tell you, I mean, I want to explain a little bit about this G5 technology, so these layer 7 products, and beyond this idea. That the point today, when you go to companies, layer 4 is not enough. Layer 4 features is nice to have, but we see it every day that customers needs more than layer 4. And you have now two choices to do layer 4, more than layer 4. You can use the way with some CPUs, and then you have the situation you run easily out of performance when you use CPU. So we decide, okay, CPU is maybe not, it sometimes we need also CPUs, but in some cases it's okay when you have packet layer 7 capabilities. And that's the reason why we decide to go for this new technology for P4. And the point is, this gives you a big advantage. To use such chipsets, this gives you the advantage even when the customer buy the unit today and tomorrow a new protocol comes up, a new encapsulation comes up, we can relatively easy do some features. And with these features, we can solve problems in the future. This is one advantage. And the other thing is, this platform gives us also the ability to grow in the future for the next step of interfaces. We started now developing 400 gig, so this is on the roadmap, and mid of next year we will launch 400 gig packet broker, and also with these capabilities. And this is one big advantage. And based on this platform, we go for the next step. The point is, when you go to data centers, this classical type of monitoring will not work anymore, because if you have multiple 10,000 servers and virtual machines and Docker instances. You have multi-million devices in a data center. And the point is, these guys, they are not doing routing or steering on IP. They do this on tenant ID or on application ID. And we come with the idea, we will put on top of this new platform, we developed a cloud switch. The unit is already in beta stage, so the cloud switch is based on Sonic. And what we do is we combine a cloud-based switch and we combine visibility based on a switch. And this is something new. This is not a span board. The point is, this can be done in layer 5 and 6 because these new features are all layer 7 or layer 6 features, because you go for tenant ID or application ID. And we think this is the future of visibility. Yeah? I think in 5, 6, 7 years from now, the tapping, the classical tapping will not exist anymore, especially in big data centers. So the visibility will be a part of the network infrastructure. We don't believe in virtual tapping, because what you see today, virtual tapping and this virtual switching is not the way how it goes. And we think the tapping or the visibility, it's not tapping, it's really visibility, is a part of the network infrastructure. And why we do this approach, we can do another show for this. I think many people would like the idea, because we can follow the application. So because the application is moving in the data center, and with this technique, we can follow the application. And this is future-proof. So when a customer buys today the EX-A5 platform, so the G5 platform, next year he can upgrade this to the cloud switch software, and then he has the latest technology for cloud data centers. And I think we are ahead of many customers, and we speak with the big guys in the industry, and they like the approach. So I think we have a good way, and we have a lot of technology and a big roadmap, yeah, for the future. So we are exciting to provide some really new ideas about visibility. We see visibility will always be there, but it will change dramatically. As I mentioned in the beginning, visibility is not just to do some tracing and do some little bit troubleshooting. Visibility is a factor of success for companies, and also, especially for operators, visibility is a gold mine. We provided solutions to customer right now for high precise location-based service, and providers make a lot of money out of this data. In this case, the visibility is just a tool to make money. This is a $5 billion market, this location-based service. So what we do, we provide the layer 1 up to the metadata. We're not providing the analytics, but we provide the metadata, and the analytics is done by the customer itself or by some other guys. But I think we must understand in our industry that visibility is not something what stand as alone. So we are a solution provider to help customers to make money out of the data which is there. And I think this is the right way. It's not just doing a PCAP trace. I think the time for the PCAP trace is more or less over. Yeah, customers want really value and say, okay, I buy a not too cheap tool, but how much money I can get out of it. And this is the way what we are going.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Good. Well, perhaps we should save some of the good stuff for the next show.
Absolutely. Anytime, guys. Anytime.
Well, I want to close the show by saying that the other day, Tim and I were talking about industry and some of the people that we have worked with in the past, and I mentioned to Tim that I'm actually writing my 3rd book, and the title of the book is going to be about how to survive in a self-destructive world, and it's really sad because Tim and I, we see so many good companies, good people, with good product, and we do our best to introduce them to our community. And what happened is that often after they are semi-successful, they change. Their integrity is compromised. They don't sell the product. They start to explain. They start to oversell the product. They don't deliver the solution that they said they would. And there's no worse way to destroy your company by cheating on your customers. And then they start to destroy the partnerships. They start to put money first. So it's actually, to me, and I speak for myself, but I think Tim feels the same way, is that it's really refreshing and aspirational to be talking to a fellow entrepreneur that with the integrity really come across both as a person and in terms of their product. So I really enjoy talking to you, Christian. I wish you all the success. I know you're already a successful company, but you're looking to kind of expand. And if there's anything that Tim and I can do, we'll be happy. And I hope that the people watching out there give Cubro a chance. This is a company that's worth looking at. They have, you can visit the website. I kind of flashed some of the product sheets while Christian was talking. You can visit their website. You can talk to their people. I'm sure if you want to talk to Christian, he'll be happy to talk to you. You don't need to go,
anytime.
You don't need to go through layers and layers. And
no,
and you actually do have representatives in the U.S., so they could also talk to you, some of your local guys. So
we have an office in Singapore. We have an office in Japan. So we are covering the world, actually. So look, any customer can talk to me, and even and often I can tell you many good features are based on customers' idea. Yeah, we listen to customers and say, okay, tell me what you need, and now it's a standard of the product. So I think we learn every day from customers, and this is important for us. And what you mentioned is very important to us. I think this is because we are based in Europe. I think this is a little bit different here, but it's because we are private owned, and all the founders, they are working. So I hired the guys a second time because they are working in my former company, so we know each other sometimes longer than we know our wives, and this makes a little bit different. Yeah, and we say our ethic standard is more. When I hire a guy, for me it's more important. The knowledge is important, but I think more important for new employees, for us, is did they share with us our ideas, and is this guy fitting to the team? This is really important.
Well, as an entrepreneur, I can tell you that the reason partnerships stay together is not only because they like each other; it's because they respect each other. It's really easy to like when you start making money.
Yes.
but that doesn't mean that you respect each other. And I can tell you, for those who are watching out there, being able to work with your original co-founders for 15 years speaks a great deal about the integrity of the people who are involved. I'll just close the show with that. So Tim, why don't you have the last word? You really like this company.
I really do. I do a lot of research when we have sponsors come on, and I turn down sponsors because I don't like their company or their ethics or their values. And when I found out about Cubro, I was excited because I'd heard about them, but I hadn't been able to really dig into them. I'm like Denny, I don't work every day anymore, but I think this is a company you need to talk to. And going back to my big last company was Network General. And that was my job, was to go around and talk to customers and find out what we needed and to make sure we put it in. That's where I got the title Old Comm Guy, because I was the old guy that actually knew about WAN and technology. But I look at companies like Cubro and say, this is a company you need to talk to. So the next time you're looking at visibility, which should be every day, you should have it on the bathroom wall, visibility, in big letters. And
I'm not sure you want to do that, Tim.
Oh, okay. Well, just make sure there's no cameras in the bathroom. That's what it was. But look, Christian, thank you so much for spending time with us. I know you're a busy man, and it's time for a saucer tort and some coffee in Vienna. I wish I was there.
Schnapps.
No, I wish I was there. I really did. And I used to travel there all the time. So when I was at Network General. So, but thank you again, my friend. I wish you great success, and I look forward to the next one. We're going to dig in to some of your technology differentiations, and let's put some articles up also so people can read.
We do. Okay, thanks, guys.
Have a nice, my friend. Okay, have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you.